which can manifest itself in the form of red indentations on the shoulders. It can cause indentations around the sides, the back, where the band is either too tight or too loose. It can cause poor posture, neck, shoulder, and back pain. It can also cause migraines. I did a market research survey here at Rowan with about 51 women and found that 27.6% of my survey participants had a D cup size or above. I also found out that most women don't enjoy bra shopping. According to Kathy Hart and Belinda Dewsnap, in a study that they performed a couple years ago, they found that the reason that most women don't like bra shopping, they find it to be a nightmare, frustrating, boring, unnecessary evil, and even traumatic. These are all words that actual women use to describe bra shopping in this study. They also found that this was due to lack of attractive bras in larger sizes, lack of choice in general, the difficulties in finding bras that offer fit, comfort, and the right shape through clothing. Now, the perfect fit is going to offer the solution to all of these problems by fulfilling the need for 28 through 36 D through K cup sizes. I'm going to do this in two ways. First, I'm going to have a line of bras manufactured for the store, and second, by selling top lingerie brands by brands such as Felina and Chantel and Wacol. Now, this is the manufacturing plan for the couple of bras that are going to be manufactured in the first year. The first is a t-shirt bra. It's going to have slightly wider straps, so it's going to be more comfortable around the shoulders. It's not going to dent as easily. And the cups are going to be made out of memory foam, which will conform to each woman's shape. It provides a better fit under t-shirts, and it wears really well. The second is the convertible bra. And that's what most women would wear with a prom dress. My little sister's shopping for her prom dress right now, and this is the type of bra that she needs. It has fully adjustable, removable straps, and this one's also going to be, the first two bras are just going to be in a neutral color range. The third bra is the cleavage bra, because every woman wants to have a push-up bra in her wardrobe. So this one's going to have lace details on the cups. It's only going to have a light amount of padding, as most women with larger chests don't feel comfortable with the excessive padding in the bra. These bras are all going to be manufactured by Ruby Nightingale. That's the manufacturer I've been working with so far, and they're going to cost about $20 per unit. The intimate apparel industry was worth $9.6 billion in 2007, and it's also continued to increase in the past few years, even in the midst of a recession. And the CEO of Maidenform, his name is Miguel Resnick, and he said that the intimate apparel industry is doing very well overall, and Maidenform nearly doubled their 2008 sales in the year 2009. Sales are still growing. There's an increase for D+ cup sizes. Part of this is due to plastic surgery. It's also due to increased obesity, and it's due to the fact that women are getting better fittings. A lot of stores are focusing on fittings now, so women who should have been wearing these sizes are becoming more aware of it now. This is our competition. At the top of the screen, you see the locations that are in Cherry Hill, which is where the first store is going to be located. The first is Victoria's Secret, which is probably the most popular among women. And it carries up to a double D cup size, and it's very focused on branding. A lot of women buy those bras just because of the brand name. There's also Nordstrom, which is a high-scale retail store. It's a department store. There's Aerie, which is geared more towards younger girls. It's a brand off of American Eagle. Then there's Kashik, which is a plus-size retailer. It's based off of Lane Bryant, and it sells bras for plus-size women. There's also Chrissy's Bra Boutique, which is a small boutique located on Route 70 in Cherry Hill. And then there's other department stores located throughout the mall. Other locations are Intimacy, which has locations in many major cities. The closest one to here is New York. It also has locations in Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., and Chicago. And then there's websites, which include barenecessities.com, bigleaves.com, and also herroom.com. The main way that I'm going to set myself apart from these competitors is first by carrying a different size range than what they are carrying. None of these competitors, with the exception of Nordstrom and some of the websites in Intimacy, carry any sizes past a double D. Or if they do, they're focused on larger women, and there's still a lot of women who are in between the band size of 28 and 36 that need to wear bras in larger sizes. So my competitive advantage is going to consist of that. Comfort and good fit. According to my research survey, those are the two most important characteristics in a bra. Women really want a good fit that fits well under clothing, that provides a desired shape under clothing. Unfortunately, because not a lot of women are qualified to decide if a bra fits them appropriately, they don't understand that sometimes there's a big connection between the level of service in the store and whether or not they're satisfied with the bra that they take home afterwards. Because of that, Some of the goals of my marketing is going to be to educate the women on proper fit and on why it's so important to have a good in-store experience. It's also going to be to publicize the store. I'm going to do this in 3 ways. The first way is through events, which will include fashion shows and other events that will be an outreach towards women, where we'll be able to promote our line, maybe promote other complementary services such as salons, and also teach women how to fit themselves with bras. There's also going to be brochures that I'm going to place in locations such as the gym or curves and salons, other places where mostly women go. And then I'm going to have a mailing list so that I can send out mailers and promote the grand opening of the store, send out some coupons. My competitive advantage is that I'm going to be providing a better shopping experience for women. The first way I'm going to do that is by the wider variety of styles available in the store. Because I'm just focusing on a specific size range, I'll have more store space to stock a wider variety of styles than any other store that carries these sizes. I'm also going to have trained sales associates, and because I have 2 years of experience working at Victoria's Secret, I know I'll be able to train anyone that I hire to give bra fittings and also to help women find the most flattering style for their body type. I'm also going to have a customer relationship database, which is going to do a variety of things. First, it's going to build my mailing list. I'll be able to keep track of the women that shop in the store. I'll be able to keep track of their contact information so that I can send them mailers with coupons. And another thing that this will do is it will keep track of their bra size and of their favorite styles that they tried on in the store, the styles that they bought before, and the styles that they looked at that they liked. And this is going to be really important because in my experience, when guys come bra shopping, they don't know the size. They come in the store, they don't know the size, they don't know what color she likes, what style she likes to wear. And sometimes it can turn into a pretty embarrassing situation for the guy and the sales associate because it gets pretty awkward. But this is going to take a lot of the guesswork out of that because the guy will be able to come in the store, let us know what his wife's name is if she's shopped there before. We'll be able to look up all her information. I've chosen the Cherry Hill Mall as my first location. First of all, because it's a growing shopping location. If you've been there, you've seen that there's been a lot of changes recently. They put a lot of money into renovation. They opened up Nordstrom, so they're bringing in a higher income level of people. They're also located close to Philadelphia, so I can bring in people not only from South Jersey, but from Pennsylvania. And according to my research, there's 70.6% of women shop at a mall for their lingerie. So I wanted to keep it in a place that women are familiar with. Instead of having the hassle of having to travel to a specialty store, keep it in the same place where they already do most of their shopping. And also I believe that if I open it in the mall, there'll be more potential for growth. So my eventual strategy is going to be to open up more locations and to expand and to work on branding, and I think I'm better positioned to do that if I'm in the mall. This is my target market size. I came out to about 7,000 women, and the way that I found this was by calculating the number of women between the ages of 20 and 49 in Burlington County, Camden County, and Gloucester County. I took that number and times it by 27.6%, which, as you may remember earlier, that was the number of women that wear size D or above. And then I multiplied that by 10% to come up with a total target market of approximately 7,000 women. This is my growth plans for years 1 through 6. In the first year, I'm going to focus on customer relationship management and building up the database and the mailing list. And I'm going to focus on developing customer loyalty. And I'm going to manufacture the 3 basic bra styles that I talked about earlier, as well as carrying other brands. Year 2, I'm going to continue focusing on customer loyalty. I'm going to work to perfect the current product line. So I'll find out what women like and don't like about the bras we're carrying in the store, and I'm going to work to perfect them and to make them as high quality as I possibly can. In year 3, I'm going to conduct research to find out the best way to expand our product line, whether that be through expanding into sportswear, expanding into sleepwear, or maybe even other styles of lingerie. In year 4, I'm going to expand the product line based on the research from the year before. I'm going to begin online retail. I'm going to have a website from year 1, but I don't want to start selling online until I've developed a little more brand recognition. Year 5, I'm going to focus on branding, and I'm going to work to carry fewer outside brands and focus more on the store's own line. I'm going to work to increase revenue from online sales. And in year 6, I'm going to conduct research to open up new locations and find out the best places to expand. I'm going to be the owner and the manager, and like I said before, I'm graduating with my bachelor's degree in business, and I also have 2 years of retail experience. And Bonnie McCloy is going to be my co-manager. She goes to Rowan as well, and she has experience with QuickBooks, so she'd be able to help in the back with accounting and with doing the bookkeeping. And she also has sales and management experience, so I know she's a great salesperson, so I know she'd be great help on the sales floor, and she'd be able to help train the other associates. I'm looking for a board of 3 advisors. My first advisor is going to be my marketing advisor, which is Professor Rohrer Georgis, and he's the marketing professor here at Rowan. I'm also seeking a financial and a retail advisor. These are my startup expenses: the marketing and advertising, store fixtures, equipment, the security deposit, legal and accounting fees, and the product design. My total startup comes to $58,000, and my initial investment I calculated by adding 6 months of operating expenses to come up with a total of $178,000. Now 30% of this is going to be invested by various family members that have agreed to help me out, and I'm seeking to get either a bank loan or venture capital or angel capital financing for the remaining 70% of this. This is my sales forecast, which is based on a unit price of $60. I'm probably going to be carrying a price range of $50 to $100 when it comes to the bras, but I base this on $60 with a direct unit cost of 50% or $30. My sales forecast for the first year was based on some pretty conservative numbers, especially for the Cherry Hill Mall. It came out to 7,000 units in the first year and increased by 20% in year 2, and then by 30% in years 3, 4, and 5. And by the 5th year, we're selling about 20,000 units a year. And the total sales came out to $477,000 in the first year. And then, like I said, a 20% increase and then a 30% increase for the rest of the years. And by year 5, we're selling $1,259,000. And then the direct cost of sales was 50% of the total sales. So in year 1, that's $238,000, and then by year 5, that's $629,000. This is my pro forma income statement. In the first year, I have a loss of $59,000, but then in year 2, I break even and come up with a profit of $13,000. And then by year 5, my profit is $145,000. Now my goal with the profit is to reinvest that in the business, so I want to use that to help grow the business. My growth strategy is to open up additional stores as well as license my product design and work on franchising. And then my exit strategy is to sell to either a financial investor or a strategic investor. Are there any questions?
All right, I might as well start since I have the microphone. So, very interesting. And since you've worked at Victoria's Secrets, and I get 2 catalogs a day from them, so I guess my wife and daughter are on the list. How is it that, why do they not see the same market? So why aren't they carrying the product to serve the market that you're after?
Well, like I said before, they only carry up to a double D. So they're really focused on branding their product, which is a good thing, but at the same time, they're not as focused on quality. And even in my research survey, a lot of my participants pointed out that their bras don't really work as well for higher cup sizes. So across the size range, they make each bra exactly the same build, when really the build should be they should be a little bit built better when it gets up to a higher size because they need more support. So they focused a lot on creating bras for, I guess, just smaller chested women as opposed to ones that really need support. I guess that's what their focus is.
I have 2 questions. One is, why not use online sales sooner in your process? I think you said maybe the 3rd or 4th year, because that would seem to be a relatively cheap way. I don't know how successful it would be, but it would be relatively inexpensive as compared to just relying on a store, which is very expensive.
Mm-hmm. My reason for doing that is because I found that most women don't enjoy shopping online as much as they do shopping in the store. And there's also the problem that there's so much variation in sizing between brands. So a lot of times, like, I've shopped online before and I've had to return things and they don't pay the return shipping. So it's a big risk to buy online. The most comfortable way to buy online is and I know a lot of women also feel this way, if you try it on in the store, you know that that size fits you, you know that that's the style that you like, and you know that it looks good on you, then you're more inclined to buy it online. So I'd rather establish the store first and then integrate the online retail gradually.
Okay. Second question is your projections for increased revenue in the future years are pretty aggressive. Is that an experience in that industry? In other words, if Victoria's Secret opens in the mall, do they achieve a 20 to 30% growth per year after they've been open a year? Or how did you arrive at that number?
Well, I arrived at that because I actually went and spoke to another woman who owns a small boutique. It's like a bra boutique in North Jersey. And I spoke to her when I was coming up with my numbers because I wanted to make sure that they were realistic, and it was very difficult to do research. And she told me that a 20 to 30% growth would be realistic for the first few years of opening a business.
How do you think you are going to be able to raise the additional money that you need? That is, have you given any thought as to what you might have to offer to an angel investor to entice them to come in and make the investment that obviously you have to implement this plan?
I'd be willing to give them a share in my company. I like participating in the management and the decisions, so I wouldn't want to give away too much of it, but I am willing to give them a share in the company in order to get their financing.
I'd like to offer the services of the Susquehanna Bank. I didn't hear you step up.
Thank you.
Is that all?
We are now going to take about a 10-15-minute break. There's food in the back if anybody is interested. Restrooms are out the doors and to the right. We'll be back in about 10-15 minutes.